Hi, I'm Angie, clinical hypnotherapist, NLP practitioner, and founder of States of Mind. So, what is all this? What is hypnotherapy and NLP, and what and how can it help? Well, this is very much hypnotherapy in a modern era, and it's treating very modern issues. So, we're looking at making change here around physical and mental health, any grief, loss, relationships, allergies. Any food intolerances that you might have been living with for so long can actually be rectified in a really quick and easy way using these incredible processes and other things that we know about from public speaking, phobias, general performance, confidence, changing like health and fitness goals. There are some days I just think there's nothing really that hypnotherapy and NLP can't work out. So what is it in this day and age? Well, starting off with NLP, that's neuro-linguistic programming, and it's really about the connection between the brain and the rest of the body. So the brain sends the messages to the body and tells it to respond in a certain way. If you think about this, these things start to show up automatically because it creates these patterns and these pathways, neural pathways. So when we think about brushing our teeth or tying our shoelaces, locking the door, we do this automatically. We don't need to think about it. It just gets done. Great. That makes life really easy. It can work the other way as well. Body over time and the brain over time might respond to something, that felt like danger, that was a bit of a shock, or I'm not sure about this, and it can get stuck in a bit of a negative loop. So think of it like a post person delivering the letters around the street, just goes around, does it every day, almost doesn't really need to think about it. And then one day someone moves and they move to a different house and different address, but that information doesn't get updated. So the post person is still going around and delivering letters to that same house, when really those messages should be getting diverted and sent elsewhere. It's this repetition and this ingraining in the pathway that can make these issues that really we should have moved on from or really want to move on from, but feeling we can't or we don't have the power to do it, that become ingrained and sometimes get so big they take over other positive areas of our life that we're fine even before. In terms of hypnotherapy, that is very much dealing with the unconscious mind. So the conscious mind is a bit more skeptical than the unconscious mind. The conscious mind is the one that maybe asks questions. So if someone's like, hey, I've got these magic beans for you, the conscious mind is going to be, I'm not sure, what's the plan here? I mean, what do they actually do? Where are the reviews? How much are they? To the point where it can get in the way of actually doing the thing. Whereas the unconscious mind is a bit more open for it and be like, okay, great, yeah, that sounds amazing. Let's just do it. So by getting the client really incredibly deeply relaxed, really slowing things down in a really comfortable, kind way, we can sort of bypass the conscious mind. So we're really just delivering this message directly to the unconscious mind where it can take action. It's like saying to somebody like, hey, you should eat healthily. The conscious mind is going to get in the way and be like, well, yeah, I'm trying, but it's hard and there's this and there's that and I'm not really sure. Whereas if you can deliver that directly to the unconscious mind, it will take that message on as read. And it's incredible how it can just so quickly install this new response and this new behaviour and way of being. And then that makes everything much more aligned and an easier way to be. So that's the general overview of the two disciplines that we're working with here. In terms of how a session will run, the first session is always very much about gathering the information about what the issue is, really understanding it from the client point of view, what they're going through, what the history is of it, where it shows up, where it doesn't show up, and then moving on to what it is that they really want. What is this change? How does that look like? What does it feel like? And it's amazing for some people, they've not even been able to get in touch with this for such a long time because the issue really can take over and has been there so dominant there. And from there, once we have all this information, we can move on to some of the really incredible, fantastic processes. It's a whole array of different processes at hand that can deal with these different issues, making sure there's change for everybody in the right way. It's really kind and intriguing, and it's always insightful. You know, clients always go away having learned something about themselves and feeling an even better version of themselves than they were before this issue even started. It really feels like, for most people, having a powerful conversation with themselves and then coming out feeling change in a really positive way. So here you go. Please feel free to hit me up for any more questions. Happy to explain it, and can't wait to meet you.